Oh,
hello.
beautiful. We call this the remnants of a lonely bachelor.
Very sad.
Yep.
We'll put you in a museum.
Yeah, I like that.
Beautiful
Because
man.
I'm a work of art. And no, see, but I'm already British, so they can't already steal me.
Are you really British though?
No, I'm not. I'm actually Irish Scottish. So technically they could steal me.
No. Scottish or British? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to
go,
tell a Scot.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and tell it, yeah. Hey, Scottish people, you have something to say? You have something to say, Mr. Markee, sir?
It's connected to the same country, so it just makes sense, doesn't it?
There you have it, folks. Scotland is England.
Me Irish is saying
Yeah, they're the exact same
the
place.
same thing.
Everyone knows this. Get over it.
Yeah, guys, just like be better next time. Like, what's going on?
What's the group there? IRF or something?
The IRA.
IRA, yeah. Get over yourselves.
What? No. That's like that. They,
Oh no, they're your team.
They're my team.
They're his team. Sorry, I forget there's different sports teams.
Gonna say, like, what's going on? That's my side of the fence, and I have no opinions on anything that happened there. Just saying that they were on my team.
I have opinions. And I'd like to share them with you.
He has very explosive opinions, you might say.
All I'll say is, don't get in my car.
He's our little firecracker, this one.
Okay. Shall we read some stories?
I think we shall.
Oh, I think we should.
Let's get into it.
I'm excited for this one. This is a good little starter, a little starting palate cleanser. Am I the a-hole for requiring my sister to reimburse me, in brackets, and for telling my family not to give her money to do so? This is like, you need to pay me back. Don't get anyone else to help you do it, though. You have to do it yourself.
Make sure that you do this alone, Buster.
Yeah, lift yourself up by the bootstraps.
Solo mission.
Okay.
Okay.
For context, I'm 25 female. My older sister, who's 29 female, we'll call her Mary, is currently unemployed. Although, how do you expect her to pay you back then? Currently unemployed, although she has a part-time job at her son's school during the school year, so not employed then. And she lives with our older aunt rent-free. The few bills that are under her name, like her phone bill, are paid by my parents. My nephew's father, 31 male, calling him Jacob, also has full custody and pays all of the expenses related to their son. She does not pay child support as she does not bring in enough money. For the long weekend, I went camping at the same campground that Jacob has a seasonal site at for him and my nephew. Mary also frequently joins them out there for the weekend. It is a nice campground and a smaller one without any rowdy college kids getting loud at 3 a.m. So my friends and I decide to book our own site for the weekend. I brought my fairly new, fairly expensive for a 25-year-old paddleboard out with me and had it tied to a tree near the shoreline with all of the other paddleboards and kayaks and large inflatables as is common practice at this lake. It's a tight-knit community where people know each other and are generally respectful of each other's belongings. Well, yesterday, me and my friends went hiking in the morning and were gone for about 4 hours. When we got back, Mary approaches me asking if I'm planning on going to the beach soon and if I was planning on using my board. I told her yes, and she goes, "Well, about that."
It's right behind me, isn't it? It's not right behind me anymore because it's gone. No, Jesus.
And then proceeds to explain that she took my board out, dropped the paddle, and that it sunk and there's no way to get it. What kind of paddle is designed to sink in the water?
I'm going to say that's not usual for
They're
a
meant to be
paddle.
buoyant.
Interesting. Right. I'm questioning the story, but hey, let's keep going.
Yeah.
She poked holes in the paddle before it.
Although she still had the handle of it, so my best guess is that since she was shorter than me and the paddle was adjustable, she had changed the height and failed to properly lock the handle back into place, so it slipped out. Okay, that would make sense then. Maybe then it filled with water, which caused it to sink.
Yep, that could happen.
Yep. Yeah, what do you know? Reading more of the story explains that part of it.
No, let's make general assumptions beforehand and accuse her of bullshit, okay? I need that.
True. I asked why she took the board without permission, and she explained that she came to our site to ask, but we weren't there. So she just assumed it was fine and did it anyway. I asked if she would have let her 8-year-old son take someone else's property without asking, and if not, why she didn't hold herself to the same standard, and was met with a blank stare. Just ask me that question. Why wouldn't I steal the board?
So why wouldn't you let? That's a horrified expression. That's not a blank expression. I didn't do anything to you, Jack. Please calm down.
Is that how you react when you've been caught in you've been behaving in the very way you tell people not to behave? You're just like
deer in the headlights right now, guys. Jack, you're not answering my question. You're not answering the question. That's the answer you deserve.
Just a gun. Okay.
Do you remember it was Tony Abbott that did that?
Yes. Yes. Oh, our old
He
Prime
just
Minister.
nods. He nods.
Yeah, he's asking me a question and the Prime Minister's just like,
that's the answer you deserve.
yeah, that's the answer you deserve.
That's such a crazy moment.
And he ate a raw onion. He just ate a raw onion.
On camera. And he got the budgie smugglers out too.
Yeah, look.
Oh my God.
I was never one to believe in the conspiracy theory that our leaders are lizard people, but Tony Abbott, he was really crossing the line.
He's up there for it. He's also a staunch monarchist as well.
Yeah.
Just
if there's one thing lizards are, is that they're monarchists.
That's the problem with lizards these days.
Too much of a monarchy. Okay. At this point, she offered to buy me a new paddle as a Christmas gift, and I replied that I would order a replacement paddle from the company and tell her how much it costs, and that she should expect it to be around $70. But I wasn't sure yet, as I couldn't look it up right away, but that I expect her to pay me back once she is working her part-time job again.
And not ask anyone for help, god damn it. Specifically.
Yep, I might be the a-hole simply for that, but I also took it a step beyond and contacted our parents and the older aunt that she lives with and asked that they not give her any money for this purpose, as I want the reimbursement to come from her, not from them, and that I was fine waiting a month for the money, but I wanted her to be the one facing this consequence. But now, she is acting like I am being intentionally cruel, and I'm starting to feel like I went too far. Did I?
You can always work DoorDash or something like that and make that money. She's acting like this $70 is like a monumental amount of money.
Hey, look,
I feel like it's not that much to reimburse. Am I privileged? Am I the privileged asshole for saying that?
As someone who now has a full-time job and actual stable income for once in his life,
my opinions have changed.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a socialist.
now that I own a property, you renters are scum.
You're below me.
Yeah. No, I think I can understand if you're in that lifestyle where you are literally relying on everyone around you to keep you afloat. The idea that you suddenly have to actually start being able to afford someone to reimburse them, and that they're your family as well, of which 90% of the family around you have been there for you to happily pay things off for you to support you. That is a bit of a kick in the guts, but again, also not really. I think it's valid to say, hey, you should pay me back.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too much of a reach though for her to be like, no one else is allowed to help you? I don't
think so.
Yeah.
But I understand if you think yes.
No, I think it is a bit of an overreach. I think you don't get to play parent on another adult. That is purely you just trying to have a moral, like you want to give them a teaching lesson that at their age, there's no point.
Yeah, it's just funny though. That's why.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but I think it's really funny. So that's why I'm in agreement with OP here.
It is a funny thing to just sort of slam that onto this person here. But okay, comments.
It's so out of left field.
Yeah, like you're putting so much effort into something you don't need to put effort in.
Hello guys, Editor Markee here. The camera keeps freezing for some reason. So enjoy parts of this episode with a nice dance montage as we continue the stories.
Like,
no, this
just
is
get your
like
money back.
A ridiculous amount of petty.
Yeah, it is. It's petty.
Into.
Yeah, top comments. Everyone sucks here. Your sister sucks for obvious reasons, but you suck because you can't really tell people what to do with their money. You can express your preferences, but in the end, telling them they can't is schmitty. Now, OP does respond to this. saying, I don't disagree, but I'd like to point out again that I didn't tell them they couldn't. I requested that they don't because I don't mind waiting until she's got back at her job to be repaid. Obviously, I have no control there. I just still think I may have overstepped by even asking that of them. Now I get that. I still think again, why are you going out of your way to put in this extra ruling that again, you even admit here you don't think she has to be enforced into doing, nor
Like, maybe I am overstepping. But
yeah, like,
I don't
you clearly
care.
already agree that you are overstepping if you think you are.
Like, so you're the asshole for overstepping here. Look, while I agree with you there, it's not going to stop me. That's the energy I get from that.
Yeah, there is an update here. So Opie says, thank you everyone for your input. I've read every comment, blah, blah, blah. Internalize each one, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. As in brackets, ISN, closing brackets, autistic person. There are things I struggle with, always have, and work every day to improve.
What does that mean?
As in, isn't autistic, hang on.
ISN in brackets.
Is it maybe LSN?
LSN? ISN in brackets? Intentional self-note?
LSN, hang on.
LSN?
What does LSN mean?
ISN.
Low support needs.
Low support need. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so just a very high functioning autistic
They don't
person.
say that anymore, though. That's why they say support
Oh,
needs.
really? I didn't. High functioning is no longer a term.
High functioning, low functioning is not commonly used anymore.
I guess that makes sense because I feel when I first heard that term, I'd always sometimes think that does that mean they got high levels of autism or low levels of autism? But then also that's like even autism itself is on a spectrum now. That does make sense that low support needs would be a bit more of an accurate descriptive term.
Yes, so high support needs and low support need autism is where it's at now.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay,
it's interesting to me that Asperger's got moved out of it as well.
Well, yeah, because
it's just
not
part
even
of the spectrum now.
Yeah,
it changes quickly. You got to keep up with these new updates they keep dropping.
all these new patches.
Yeah, the new patch notes. You're a few patch notes behind, Jack. Come on.
Okay, so one of those things, for example, is that I tend to see the world in a very black and white way, right or wrong, and I tend to hyperfixate on what I feel is the right solution to a conflict. In this case, it's my sister paying me back with her money rather than someone else's. And I realized through reading the comments that this was more of a gray area. I was holding my sister to standards I set for myself, and that wasn't fair. I also definitely overstepped as, again, many of you pointed out, it's not really my business where the money comes from. Yeah, if she wants to start an OnlyFans, she can. Okay, as long as you're getting money.
Don't give up the good fight, OP. I believe in you. You don't have to say all this.
I have already reached out and apologized to my family for that overstep. No, don't commit. Double down. Come on.
It's funny when you do it, OP. Please. For
I also
my satisfaction.
I also recognize that a lot of you were saying about me. What a lot of you were saying about me trying to parent my sister and teach her a lesson, and how it's not my job or my responsibility. And again, you guys are right. Another thing I struggle with is context and tone. I provided the context I did regarding her financial and housing situation with the intention of showing my thought process on expecting her to pay me back. And by that I mean that my primary considerations were if it would impact her ability to have stable housing, food on the table, care for her son, or pay her bills. I recognized that the impact of my tone was pretentious and judgmental, which matters more than my intention, and I apologize for that. First of all, you don't need to be apologizing to anyone here, OP. They're not the ones that are the person you have, caused a problem with. Everyone here is just reacting to your story that you are asking for their opinion on. And if they are demanding you apologize to them, no.
You
don't need to apologize to people that you have left comments of their own thoughts that have been freely welcomed by you in your own post.
Here's what I think, and you need to apologize to me for that. That's the energy that it's giving. If anything, the apologies should be directed at family, not at randoms.
Which OP has done. You have explained yourself. That's all you need to do in this context. You don't need to apologize to the people in these comments. And I can see that where they're coming from. That they brought up their whole history of the sister to justify why they thought. Why they're saying, I don't need you to pay me straight away because I understand your living situation. But of course, it came across as, I think you're too poor to be able to be responsible, so I'm going to give you some leverage, you know.
What's the problem?
But isn't that all poor people anyway? Okay, so what OP is going to say is basically, in the end, I am going to still expect her to pay me back for the paddle, whatever I end up paying, up to a maximum of the cost of replacing the exact paddle she lost. I am looking online for a secondhand paddles to hopefully get something cheaper, because unfortunately, $70, closer to $60 actually, I had a chance to look online, but you get my point, I hope, is not a cost that I can just casually toss around without it having an impact on my budget for the month. Anyways, thank you all for your input. I hope to use this as a learning experience to help me improve my reactions in the future. Thank you. Boo!
Boo. Adult ways of dealing with situations. Boo. Get it out of here.
Yeah, come
Hate
on.
to see it.
Come on, double down.
Triple down even.
Yeah.
It's what you need to do.
All right, there's the next story.
Okie dokie.
Hopefully we get through this entire one without having to do another dance number.
Let's hope.
Yeah,
Hey, let's hope.
I mean, that part where you did like the whole flip in front of the camera.
Oh, that was crazy stuff.
Yeah,
It's just too bad it didn't make it into the final shot.
No, it did. You remember it did?
No,
it
the
did because
director.
no, because
come on.
we filmed that bit.
Kid-friendly content here.
Well, yeah, because you were a bit shy to do it, so I picked you
My
up.
pants came down while I was doing it.
No,
there was
not
a
that.
Kiss.
No, not that. Oh, there was the
kiss.
kiss
Concert that
was
we
there
went
the kiss?
to.
Is that
the
what you're
Kiss
committing to?
concert was happening. You know.
Yeah,
This
okay.
ragtag bunch of people in sweaty suits.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It was crazy.
Unfortunately, it was off camera when we did that kiss part, though. So,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
the Kiss tribute. That's
yeah,
the one.
sorry, guys.
Sorry, guy, you missed out. It was a movie, though. That was a movie. All right. Our next post by Seiyin, titled, "Am I the asshole for taunting my ex's widow after she lost her court case for visitation with my son?" What?
Just
What?
So-
Ex's widow after she... I get...
so the parent here.
So
DOP,
the ex went on to marry someone else
Yes.
and got shared visitation with the ex during that time, and then
Yeah.
the ex died and
Yeah.
no longer has visitation. And
this widow
OP,
wants to be able to
this
see this
asshole
child.
is taunting someone that's broken right now, a broken person. All right. See how we go.
Yeah, see how much pity we should be giving this widow.
All of the pity. It's a woman, Jack. Come on. On Reddit, a woman on Reddit.
Oh no!
If a man on Reddit on there, bad. But
And on this week's episode of What Could Possibly Go Wrong, that's all the good audio that I have for you today. From this point forward, because the camera cut off again, I had to reset all of the settings in my recording software, and it started recording only out of the camera. So I have done my best to make the audio good, but you can skip this episode if you want to from here on out. I honestly wouldn't blame you.
Nice.
yeah. All right, let's read.
Another dance break.
Yeah.
Man, that coming.
Woo, man, so much dancing.
Surely not me. We're working up sweating up a storm tonight.
Oh man.
Our first two episodes, the first one with like that digital display over our faces, it looked like there was a stormtroopers or something, a Terminator. And now this.
Oh, it's great.
Wow, good times.
Great. Big fan for you guys.
The father of my son, 4, left. He was 4? No. Left me for someone else. The father of my son who was 4 years old, left me for someone else when I, 25 female, was 6 months pregnant. Ex and this woman, Mavis, married when my son was 3 weeks old, roughly. He left her 6 months pregnant. They married when the kid was 3 weeks old. That is like a 3.5 month turnover.
What? Yeah, hang on. What?
Jesus Christ. You got dumped, and 3.5 months later, he's already married to the person he left you for.
Yeah.
That's insane. Jesus Christ. And we don't have to do another dance number. Yes. They demanded that she come to his visits with our son, and I refused. My reason? They said he needed to get to know his mom as well as his dad, and she was definitely his mom now. They were married.
Wait, whoa.
I know you gave birth to him, but I'm his mom now, okay? Just, He's gonna remember this as well, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's how they argued it. I never stopped him from seeing our son, but I didn't allow her anywhere near my home, and our son was 10 months old before the ex could take him out for visitation. Then I could do nothing about her being there, but at least she wasn't calling herself my son's mom in my home. That's crazy. This kid was like barely out of the womb. She goes into the home and is like, no, he's actually my son, not yours. And you fathered a child with someone that will happily marry someone that mentally ill. You know, just depravity all around. No shade on OP, of course. They're
Yeah.
saying, like, what is wrong with that man?
Now, don't worry. I'm sure there's something that'll make us sympathetic towards this widow.
Yeah, it's coming. Don't worry.
She's a woman, as you said.
Yes.
We've got to be sympathetic somehow.
And I said that, and then immediately the camera broke down.
Yeah, so, okay, maybe solely misogyny jokes, and we'll we can break down the camera.
Divine retribution was enacted upon us. So then I could do nothing about her being there, but at least she wasn't calling herself my son in my home. She did join my ex every time he dropped our son home with me, and she would try to start a fight because I wouldn't let her hold him to say goodbye once ex handed our son to me. She would get mad that I would refuse to let her spend time alone with our son too. X was awarded every other weekend visitation when our son was 18 months old. He lost that visitation when our son was 2 because his wife tried to take our son out of daycare without permission when the cops had to be called.
Oh my god! Does OP just have really good genetics, and she's just she can't fathom that the man she's now married possibly made a better child with someone else, so she's like, no, this is my child too.
You mean the X, not OP? You said OP. Just want to be...
You know, like, because the widow here, the widow Tuli.
You said OP was the one that's like, it's my child.
No, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, no, I meant the other way around. Yeah, like, just like, is OP's child really just perfect looking as a baby or something that this widow was
just incredibly mentally ill? Like, I think that's what it is.
Could be.
Incredible levels of mental illness happening here.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. She could just be, maybe she just really wants to be a mother, and she's just really adamant about that goal in life. And obviously you can't be a mother unless you have 2 kids.
True.
You only have 1.
I'm just saying, we're just really not letting the stories play out.
We're not, okay. I guarantee
I just think it's so funny.
there's gonna be 5 comments that are gonna be like, just read the story! Shut up!
Every sentence we're like, and let's deconstruct.
Sorry, guys.
I'm loving it.
I know I personally hate it when people do that sometimes a bit too much, so I'm gonna reel this back. I've got my fishing rod, and I'm reeling it.
Now I can see why it's so fun, though, when they do it. He went back to visits at my house, and she was not allowed near my house or my son. Again, because the cops had to be called when she tried to take the child without permission. Just round back to that. That softened after a few more months. She had to issue an apology and take some classes, and then every other weekend restarted. Hey, she's not that... Just kidding. And then my ex died.
So why are you laughing at that point?
And then my ex died last year. And my son was with me at the time, so that's not why we should be laughing. Sorry, I composed myself. Fuck. That is just such a and then he got the body softened it up. Everything exactly long, and then he died.
Just like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, and
So bam, right in the kisser. So, my son was with me at the time, so there was no fight to get him back, or her trying to run with him or anything. And I think she would have tried to keep my son if my ex died during his visitation weekends. Mavis, her name, then tried to sue me for shared custody as his other parent. That case was thrown out because she was not a legal parent and had no parental rights to my son. Instead, she tried to sue for visitation, and unfortunately, that went to court. It took a few months, and we had 2 dates before the judge in order to get a ruling. Oh, that's cute. No, she was denied visitation. It was decided that she had not played a big enough role in my son's life, and she wasn't his family anymore. I was relieved. Mavis was screaming about appeals as we left court. She tried to confront me a week after court, and I was feeling so done with her shit, and I taunted her and told her that she should never be in my son's life again and go fuck herself because she's all alone now, and with the way that she acts, it didn't surprise me. She started screaming after me, but I kept going. It was only afterwards I wondered if it was unfair because she did lose my ex, and she might have felt some genuine care for my son, but I don't know. I think she's just unhinged. But maybe I was still an asshole. Am I the asshole?
All I can just imagine is her picking up her son and waving it at, was it Mavis was her name?
Yeah, Mavis.
Yeah,
That's
like,
the one.
you'll never get this, you'll never get this.
It sounds like it to me. So, if we just start dredging into the depths of hell for a second.
Yeah.
You're the asshole. Unpopular opinion, but you're literally kicking a crazy, grief-ridden woman while she's down. The fact that you even need to post about it for validation means you feel like you were a lesser version of yourself for it, and you know it. Of course she has no right to your child, and of course she's being ridiculous, but you kept going after her, and saying she deserves to be alone based on how she's acting?
Yeah, it was all you, OP. You're the one who kept taking her to court.
You started this, and you're finishing it. And saying, was that helpful? Was that kind? Sure, she's crazy. No need to pile gasoline on that. You were just being cruel. I mean, you already won the case. Why continue to entertain her? So you were the asshole. You could have just remained silent with dignity and blocked her, but you lowered yourself.
Why couldn't you just let her steal your child? She was sad. Don't let her still be sad. You're part of the problem now.
Not the nicest thing to do since you just won in court. Always maintain your cool when in the clutches of the criminal justice industry.
Is that really in quotes? Oh my god.
Criminal justice industry.
Like daring to imply that it wasn't actual justice here done. I guess it's justice. I guess someone got what they wanted, which was getting to keep their own child. I guess that's okay. I guess we want that.
If there's an appeal, your behavior will be brought up. Forget it and move on. Yeah, this isn't gonna be appeal for the only biological parent of the child. That's gonna happen.
Oh,
You're not mentally ill at all for saying that in the comments.
That is beautiful.
These people are so unwell.
I love these kind of comments.
No, you
I love the passion you deliver in them.
the criminal justice industry, not the system, the industry. Like the creative arts industry, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the criminal justice industry. It's all an industry. It's all just about producing a product. It's all corrupt.
And that product is injustice.
Yeah, that product is not letting people take other people's children.
That's it. Especially when their partner died.
Yeah.
You think that's funny? That's an injustice, quote unquote.
Oh, wow. That's not a beautiful story.
So these are back to the more normal people, okay? Let's just be come on there.
Alright, yeah, let's hear these idiots.
If she keeps contacting you, keep track of everything for a paper trail, as you may need to get a restraining order against her. Also, double and triple and check that daycare and or school, so they know that she is not allowed to take him. They probably already know, but it sounds like she may try regardless. Hopefully your little man is doing alright after losing his father. Well, thank God he has another mother to back it up if Mavis gets her way. Yes, this is all it's happening. Like, I mean, there's a very serious chance that Mavis tries to kidnap this child. Like, not going to deny that.
Yeah, look.
I would like, I don't know how you go about telling the child that there's a chance they get kidnapped without freaking them out.
Yeah, that's your point. Because
do you
you
feel
can't be around your child 24/7 as they get older. And can you guarantee this? Like, if Mavis is acting like this now, imagine how she's going to act when the child has some degree of autonomy of going to school and, you know, apologies if that
How do you like? Here's a photo of someone. Not that important, but if you see them,
run away.
run and be very afraid. If you see this person,
Yeah. Oh.
how do you have that conversation when this is to be like, hey, I don't want to freak you out, but stay away from this
I
woman.
guess just teach a child how to handle a gun. And practice self-defense. You know, stranger danger.
We see a pop a cap in her ass. That's the way to.
I don't know you.
Blah, 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 blah. 3 shots and you're down. Is it? I'm not gonna miss.
I don't know this person. Blah, 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 blah.
And I'm not gonna miss my shot.
Just like my mom, I'm now I'm scrappy and hungry.
Oh god.
Okay. This story, my tricky director 2394. Am I the a-hole for telling my son he's a doormat?
No.
I am someone who's schizophrenic. I think my doormat is my son. Okay. Sorry.
That's not how you started. Is that?
No.
That's how they start. This story is crazy. Hi guys. I'm a registered schizophrenic. And my son is my doormat.
Okay.
Jesus.
I, 44 female, have a high school aged son. He started at a new high school for freshman year in a district he'd never been to before. So, my son seems to have self-confidence issues. The fact that they put seems is already telling me so much about his parents.
That came into my head. I'm just like, what's going on here? You know, I say, you know, all the brutal emotional beatdowns I've given my child. I think he seems to have problems now.
I can imagine when she types seems, she also put her hand up and be like, seems.
Justice industry.
He thinks the only way he can make friends is to offer them something. He's very skilled academically, so what he feels he has to offer is answers on assignments in class. Like, last year, if literally anyone asked him for answers, he would give it up, hoping they would like him. Same with group projects. He'd be doing other people's part of the project to make it easier on them. After school last week, he was telling me, in brackets, complaining about, how all said people didn't talk to him anymore, even though they had talked in class they had last year and thought they were friends. Or at least acquainted. I told him if he'd stop being a doormat and trying to win people over with giving them stuff and getting nothing in return, he'd actually make some friends. I wasn't trying to be rude, as this post seems to be.
This is the opposite of soft parenting.
He's been pretty distant since. Am I the a-hole?
That's all you have to say about it. There's no.
That is literally it.
There was no soft landing. She is so brutally honest about it. You know, I respect that. She didn't even try to sugarcoat it. She didn't even try to like rough around the edges or anything or soften the edges. She's just like, yeah, I told him he's a pussy. Like,
Yeah, my son doesn't seem to believe in himself much and doesn't think he's very valuable on his own. So I told him he isn't.
and I've been done nothing to reassure myself.
I didn't reassure him at all. I just told him that he currently isn't valuable to anyone.
You're right.
And he should stop doing that. He should stop being so of little value to people.
Hey, son. Hey, grow a spine. Okay, grow a spine, son. That's my advice to you.
Hey son, you're exhibiting behavior where you don't think you're enough. You aren't enough. So maybe try to be worth something to someone.
Maybe stop proving me right. Like, how about you prove me wrong for once, huh? You never wanted that, were you?
You're always
Do the
doing
room.
Son, you got all the answers right on the test, and you are also right about yourself. You are nothing. Correct. 100% marks on your personal exam.
Stop, he's already
So he's so smart. He even knows that he's worthless.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
You would know how to bully children. What do you bully them then?
No, just myself. Okay, so let's read some very understanding comments. I'm just going to change from top to controversial.
If top If the
Come on, give me an AITA.
that is negative 20.
Please, there's an AITA.
AITA.
Okay, not the a-hole. Not the a-hole, guys.
Controversial opinion here. Mate.
Oh, wait, hang on. This isn't so much a not the a-hole. Okay. You should definitely have this talk again, but in caps lock. Much gentler. He needs to know about people pleasers, takers versus givers relationships, organic friendships, and finding true friends. He's definitely setting himself up for failure, and you are not wrong with what you told him, that, he is nothing. However, with a person who feels they have to basically buy friendships and low self-esteem, you need to explain it piece by piece in a loving and matter-of-fact way.
I feel like we shouldn't be encouraging the sentiment of, like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong that he's like, oh my god, like, don't encourage her to say it again to her son. Like,
now, I'm going to break from all the others and say this. No, not the a-hole. And to be honest, I wish someone in my life told me that at an earlier age. People pleasing is a freaking death spiral, and it took years for me to get over it. That said, I would try to find a way to break bread with him on and tell him why you said it and what your concerns are. You're trying to do something there is no user's manual for, being a good mom. There actually is. It's called looking into basics of not psychiatry, like kids psychology. You can look that up. You can understand that kind of stuff. You can literally look up
all the
workshops.
parenting books that people tell you to read.
Yeah, as much as parenting can be a very subjective sort of experience, a person-to-person basis, so is becoming a psychologist. So is anything that's like a peer-to-peer thing. Yet those professions, those people learn how to do it very well.
And usually there's rough guidelines, and
Yeah.
you want the behavior to fall within those guidelines.
I think it's very clear. I think it's pretty unanimous that the guideline of tell your child they are worthless if they look like they think they're worthless, probably one of the best and most straightforward things you could do as a parent.
That will fix the kid.
It will fix the kid.
Uh-huh.
If there's one thing a child would really be able to take on board well, it's from their parent telling them, the person who raised them and the person who would technically know them better than anyone else tells them that they are right to think that they are worthless to others.
Mm-hmm. Your mother being your biggest bully is actually a strength and not a burden.
Yeah.
And anyone that has experienced their mother being their first and also biggest hater can attest to the fact that that does wonders for their self-esteem and ability to love themselves. Love themselves first and foremost. Much like I'm imagining the child in this story does.
Now, okay, there are some valid, not the a-hole sort of spins in this that are pointing out the fact that, look, okay, there is that thing where sometimes you do have to be very brutal with your kids in some regards. Their examples, though, are things about, like, you have a child that can flip out emotionally if you don't be really just straightforward with them, and they won't take it as seriously unless you are sort of brutal with what you're trying to tell them. Like, stop doing this habit. This habit is causing X, Y, Z. This is why you're doing this. That is the problem, blah, blah, blah.
But those are very fringe cases.
Yeah, they're talking about cases where the child has proven not to take on board any of the advice you said in the past. Opie hasn't shown any evidence in their story that they are trying to talk to their son about this in the first place. Hey, what about X? What about Y? What about Z? Instead you've just gone straight for, you are useless.
You suck.
Yeah.
So am I the asshole for saying that, guys? Is comedy illegal? We need to make comedy legal again. Yeah.
Another person brings up that, hey, maybe my mum was just too German culturally, but false praise was hated and hard truth was love. If you love your son, you'll tell them the truth like you did. And haters, no woman likes a people pleaser man, so you're doing your son a favor now. Which, first of all, let's not encourage men's only way of thinking they are valid in this world is whether or not a woman likes them. That's the exact reason we have incels and men who are bitter and spiteful towards women because they hold their own value based on whether or not women are going to sleep with them and desire them. Let's maybe not encourage that.
They flip it from an incel to just like a woman be
Yeah. Well, that's like they
extreme misogynists.
Yeah, because they find pain because these people hurt them because they reject them or make them feel undesired, so they end up projecting that hate onto them as like, well, I'm hurt by you, so I'm going to hurt you back. And
that's the thing. You hear a lot from, you hear sometimes from these people that those men also have extreme mother issues themselves. They're like, he has big mummy issues. You know, as well as all the other insecurities and bad behavior he has, extreme mummy issues.
Yeah,
Which, you know, when you have parents like OP doing that to you, you can kind of see the pattern
Oh, yeah.
playing itself out. But yeah, I was going to say, you know, if you're going to offer criticism to your child, do it like in the workplace with a compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
It's slow burn them into it and then, you know, deliver the bad news, but also soften the fall. And be like, but I still love you so much, and I'm saying that because I love you and I care for you. And I think that's best for you.
And I do agree the fact that some people are saying, you know, sometimes that sort of brutal truth of it, but you can still deliver a brutal truth lightly, you know.
Yeah.
You don't throw your child into the boiling water, you turn the heat on slowly so they can adapt and get used to the hot water. Yeah, it's like straight up the top comment is like, you're the a-hole completely. You don't belittle someone into more self-confidence. Jesus, dude. It's like, yes, obviously. That's
The more I was beaten, the stronger I got.
yeah, oh yeah.
The bones in my body that were broken, I actually got tougher.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't have debility.
It's like that famous song, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's why I like to run on the motorway. Because if I get hit, I'm just going to get stronger.
Just get more powerful.
People go to the gym. That's a stupid thing to do. Where you slowly like do harder weights, your body slowly adapts to it. So it's like your body's stronger. No. You got to go full on. Go straight for it. Like, you know,
Unfast.
yeah. Have someone drop 100 kilos on you, and you just try and catch it every single time. That's how you get stronger.
Yeah, I agree with this parenting tactic. What a sick way to approach parenting. Love that.
Yeah.
So we can wrap that one up, I reckon.
Can we?
Yeah. Maybe she should have. If she's gonna.
Yeah, maybe she should have got that one up.
Maybe she should have if she was gonna approach it in this direct and unashamed way.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That's just my opinion, girl.
Ooh, let's do this one. The title sounds innocent, but
I can see you just picking these ones. I've ruined you.
yeah.
All right, by Benitez Gui, titled, Am I the asshole for attending my best friend's wedding? Yeah, buddy. I'm male 28, have been with my partner, female 26, for a year and a half. I've known one of my best friends, female 27, for 5 years, and I'm also close with her fiancé, male 27. They were some of the few friends that I had when I first moved to a new city. They're getting married in another state, about an 8-hour trip from where I live now, and they asked me to be a groomsman. The issue is, my partner wasn't invited.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh.
Good stuff. Oh, they're still going, you know? I'm pumped and uninvited, but don't worry. I mean, it is an 8-hour trip, you know? You don't need your partner for that.
Yeah.
They told me that it wasn't personal, and that other partners, and even some extended family, weren't invited either, due to budget and space limitations.
Okay.
Since they've only met my partner twice, she didn't make the list. Oh, I'm burpy today, goddamn. I honestly wasn't happy about it because I wanted her to be there with me. I even offered to cover all of her costs, but they said it wasn't possible. They explained that there's a waiting list, quote unquote, so if someone drops out, she might get an invite. They apologized for the situation. That's nice.
Okay.
It took me a couple of days to tell my partner, but when I did, she surprised me. She said she understood, even if she was a bit upset. She even offered to come on the trip and stay in the hotel while I went to the wedding. I told her that would be really thoughtful, but it wasn't necessary. A few days later, she brought it up again. She said after talking to her friends, they suggested a compromise. I could go to the ceremony, but skip the reception to be with her. I disagreed. I plan to spend my life with her, and we'll have plenty of moments together, but this wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event for close friends, and they specifically want me to be there to celebrate. I suggested we plan a special trip together afterwards to make it up to her. Now she says that when we get married, she doesn't want to invite my friend and her fiancé, kind of as a payback for the situation. But I don't feel that way. To me, if I can't invite 2 of my 5 closest friends, then what's the point of even having a wedding? I know my partner has every right to be upset, and she's under no obligation to sit around while I go to an event that she's excluded from, But am I the asshole for wanting to attend the wedding fully and still planning to invite my friend and her fiance to my own future wedding?
Interesting.
That's a very good one, I think. I think that's a good moral dilemma.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what the comments have to say for this.
Yeah, let's see
Before
what
we
they
get
got.
flames too much. If someone is important enough to be asked to be a part of the wedding party, they are important enough for a +1. Period. End of story. This is basic etiquette. If you say you don't have room or can't afford it or some other bullshit excuse, you are playing your wedding wrong. This, I would expand it to saying, it is by definition rude to invite one half of a serious couple. It has always been rude to do that. It's not a new or recent rule. If it's too expensive to include both, you either make cheaper choices or exclude them both. Everyone sucks here. You are in the wedding party. That should have gotten you a +1. Your partner offered to travel with you and stay at the hotel during the wedding. You shot that down for no good reason. Now your partner wants to be spiteful and keep 2 of your best friends from your wedding. Nobody here is exactly covering themselves with glory. I think the easy win would have been OP just saying, yeah, you can come with me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what I'm so confused about with this wedding couple. The couple being the friends here that have invited OP to this wedding. That OP has offered to pay for their partner's behalf and everything, and their response is no. And it's like I'm theorizing that maybe it's because it's a thing of like, well, people have already asked us this, and if we say yes, we have to say yes to everyone else, and that is an extra bunch of seats that we've already locked in with the venue that we're at, and blah, 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 and that's going to end up actually costing us money anyway, even if we do decide to add you on board because there's going to be extra fees you have to pay on top, because we've changed the plans. If they explain that, maybe I'd be a bit more sympathetic, but the fact that they haven't makes me feel a bit more like, sounds like they don't want the larger crowd, and, tough titties, your friend has a partner that they're in a serious relationship with that's clearly been going long enough that you should be acknowledging it, and yeah. Anyway, continue other comments though.
I was just going to let you finish, but I don't know how to feel about this one.
I was originally going to say not the a-hole and that the people getting married are the a-holes here because of how restrictive they're being. Again, it's their wedding day, sure.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's their wedding day.
But everyone's saying you're the asshole.
What?
That's the thing.
Why is OP the a-hole here?
No one's saying not the asshole. Like, no one is. Everyone's saying everyone sucks here and you're the asshole.
Because he's still going to go to this wedding that he was invited to after the partner suddenly made this change of choices because she got coaxed by her friends to try to be spiteful?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I had a feeling that would be I knew the moment she said she talked to her friends, I knew it was like, no,
Right.
these friends are going to be spiteful because they're not actually having to deal with the consequences of everything that's going to go on in this situation.
And I think it's partly because that, but mainly it's because of OP choosing not to allow her to come with him.
So no, OP was saying she can come with him.
Yeah, but a lot of people are stuck on that.
That's so... No, he didn't. He said that you can come with me, but I'm going to be a part of the reception as well as the actual wedding. I'm not going to jump out on that just to appease your friends' sudden desire to want to have
Better than they wanted to do.
Yeah, they want to have some little drama and spite in their lifestyle dynamic, and now she... absorbing their joy for creating some tension there didn't need to be any tension.
This is so weird, sorry. Honestly, bro, your friends are cheap-ass idiots. Doesn't matter if they saw your partner only a couple of times. If you're best friends, as you say, then it's absurd that they don't want your girlfriend to come. You're the asshole.
Why is OP the evil here, though?
It's
How dare your friends be rude? You're the one at fault for your friends' behavior. What?
But they may be his best friends, but he definitely isn't theirs. Traveling 8 hours and no +1, he's a body to round out the groom's side.
Oh, jeez.
Because I was thinking too, close enough friends to where OP doesn't want to even have a wedding if they're not invited, but not close enough to invite his girlfriend? You're the asshole. The friendship sounds one-sided, to be honest.
I guess they're all saying he's the a-hole because by him going to this wedding, he is supporting his friend's decision and actions here. Which I can understand that spin on it, but again, he's not the one who is enforcing this rule. It's the friends here. And like I again, the friends here, if they consider him a best friend, they'd want to possibly maybe invest in their friends, like in OP's relationship of like, let's bring her along. Yeah, we've only met her twice, but clearly they've been together long enough that we can acknowledge. Like, if you're 8 hours away for this wedding, I assume they might live 8 hours away as well. No surprise that you've only met OP's partner twice. Like, this is a really stupid justification. Just say you're poor. It's okay to say you're poor. This is why you just elope, folks. Just elope. So much easier. So much more money saved.
Okay, so someone has offered a counterpoint to this part of it that you were stuck on there.
Yeah, dude.
So you're the asshole for not agreeing with your girlfriend's suggestion that she accompany you, even if she didn't attend the wedding. She tried to take a bad situation and make it better, and you shut her down.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
I'd be salty and not want that couple at my wedding after that bullshit too. Then someone says, he said she could come and that they would spend time together. She's demanding that he skip the reception altogether. She's making a difficult situation worse. And then they quote the part of the text in reply, the original person. Quote, it took me a couple of days to tell my partner, but when I did, she surprised me. She said she understood, even if she was a bit upset. She even offered to come on the trip and stay in the hotel while I went to the wedding. I told her that would be really thoughtful, but that it wasn't necessary.
So that's what I think it is. He was, for me, as a guy, if I said that, well, I perceive that as being like, you don't have to. It's not, I don't want you to come. It's, you don't have to do that, like, as a compromise here. Yeah, I would love you. Like, I'm happy for you too, but I don't want you to go out of your way to just be sitting there twiddling your thumbs, waiting for me to, come back to the hotel room.
Yeah,
like
like 1 a.m. when I'm drunk.
Yeah, it's like
deal with me.
Yeah, it's like I think people are misinterpreting what he's saying there. He's not saying you are not allowed to come. It's, I appreciate that you want to come. You don't. No, don't. No, I'm not saying it in that context. If you want to arrive, you can arrive. But you don't need to arrive. It doesn't help, doesn't work. Doesn't make it any better.
I'm already happy myself, If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's fine. So, they're continuing. She literally offered, no strings attached, and he turned her down. It wasn't until after that she got upset. If he hadn't shut down her kind offer, she wouldn't have gone bitching to her friends and been convinced to escalate. And they said, to be fair, OP clarified the situation in one of their comments. Apparently, that's an unfortunate translation into English. The original statement was more of a, you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how old is the girlfriend, fiance?
Weren't they like 27?
27. Okay, yeah, she's an adult. She's not a victim of her friends and...
She's 26, he's 28.
Yeah.
They have just been together for a year and a half. They're not fiancé.
Oh, okay, yeah. Year and a half still. That's still long enough to invite them to the wedding. Come on.
Especially if you met them twice and you're an 8-hour trip away.
Yeah.
It's not...
Again, assuming, like, for a widow, maybe they're like only an hour trip away because maybe the wedding destination is at 8 hours away. Yeah. But still...
just think, I agree with what these people are saying. If you're in the bridal party, you should have an invitation.
I think that
your plus one should have an invitation.
Usually people in the bridal party have responsibilities in the wedding. Like, it's pretty much a part-time job of some sort. So I think it's only fair you get to have a bit of extra leverage in the wedding's plus one department.
So everyone's stuck on that. Didn't she offer to come, Did she suggest this as a favor to you, or did she want to come along and you just rejected that spending time with her? Right? This seems like the most problematic part. OP is either totally oblivious, which I don't believe, or he's 100% the asshole here. What would have been the point of her spending most of the day to find herself in the hotel? OP will be busy doing groomsmen duties before the ceremony, during the ceremony, and then he would be at the reception. She would literally be alone all day, or almost all day. I would personally, then that was downvoted, this one was upvoted in response. I would personally love that. All day alone to read or binge watch Netflix.
I was gonna say, like...
Bonus if there's a pool or some places nearby to visit. Sightseeing? They go a day early, they can spend time together, or they can stay a day longer and do it, or both. they'll have to drive together both ways in the night in a hotel room, and I have no problem exploring a city on my own, maybe get some local baked goods and dessert that I could bring to the room and watch movies, get a spa treatment, or use a pool.
Literally could treat it like a little work trip weekend where your partner is working for a day and you get to just enjoy the space. I don't know. Personally, I've been in many situations in some relationships where that's been a case where some event things come up that I haven't been invited to, but they're staying somewhere that I get to experience as well. I don't get this idea that the audacity that you wouldn't be together at the exact same time if you go somewhere. That's okay. It's fun to visit places on your own. Yeah,
To go hang out. So I don't know. I think everyone sucks here. That's where I'll land at. I think he was too stuck on the just not having her there at all,
yeah.
if I'm interpreting it correctly.
Yeah, I'm interpreting it the other way. I honestly think not the a-hole. I think it's not his fault that his friends are deciding this. I also think that it's not really their fault to want to be putting in a broad rule that they know if they give leverage to OP, they're going to have to give leverage to everyone else. Again, I'm thinking more of just the only reason I could see them, like I could fathom them with what's been put here, is that as a case of cost, and they literally just can't fit extra people. And that's why they're being so restrictive. And in that situation, it's not even a case of we don't want your partner to be there. It's we literally can't fit your partner here. We can't fit everyone's partner. And we know on our wedding day, if we even give one person some leverage, it's going to cause drama at our wedding of like, oh, yeah, I saw you invite that person's partner, but my partner wasn't allowed to come invited, blah, blah, blah. Like, of course, you're going to want to just avoid that and just be simple. You would be like, if there's one thing I don't want to have to stress about, it's having to deal with all my guests hating and spiting us throughout the rest of the day. So just a blanket rule to everyone. Again, they should have just eloped at this point, though. But, and like, just do some price thing. Yeah, like, if this is a, like, you know, this is a big blanket issue that you were causing onto everyone that's obviously going to cause drama. At this point, you might as well just say, let's just get married privately and then do a party somewhere where everyone can actually be included. Because, you know, for this exact story of a situation, this is why you shouldn't. Because all you're going to do is cause strain with everyone you know now. Everyone's current relationship, you've strained. All because of you two. Wanting to save a few $100 on a wedding. Yeah, again, because OP offered to pay. OP, I honestly think OP was worried based on how their partner reacted with, you know, hey, you can't come. She said she was fine with it, but she was still upset. I think his words of like, it's not necessary, was also partially motivated by the fact that he didn't want to feel, so I guess, comic book. My alarm.
That's fun.
Telling me to remember to pack some things for a shoot day was 2 weeks ago. I still haven't bothered to turn that alarm off and get rid of it on my phone.
It's easier to deal with.
Yeah. I think this is where I think he could be a bit of an a-hole in the sense of just like, he didn't want to deal with her being there when he arrives home of like, how was the wedding? And there's that energy of like, spite towards him that she still couldn't go, but she was there in the hotel room, sort of waiting for him to hurry up and come home, and he would feel guilty about staying longer than he should, and that sort of thing. I don't know, personally, if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'd be excited to get home as soon as possible to see them, but I know some people aren't like that. And then her sort of ultimatum, so to speak, just was so unnecessary. And again, in her argument of not wanting to invite the friends to their future potential wedding, doesn't work because OP does know them more personally. They don't know her more personally. That's their justification. So for you to try and put that back on them doesn't work because OP does know them personally enough to make it make sense to invite them to your wedding. It's again that like you are only making up that rule now because you want to be petty. And it's like these people are already the a-holes in the situation. Why are you trying to be an equal a-hole to them when it's not going to affect them at all? It's just going to affect you and OP. It's just affecting your relationship. It's not affecting theirs. It's not affecting anyone else but you two. You've just created an issue that wasn't going to solve anything, but just cause more tension and headache. I feel like there could have been a lot more constructive way to go about this. And maybe just further enforce that, hey, actually, I do want to go, and I'm going to do X, Y, Z while you go to the wedding, and we can actually have some time together at this place instead. That's my...
Well, I'm going to hope we get an update to that one day. There.
I hope so too. I'd be interested to see what further details, because I feel like there are some further details that should come out of this that would help further bring light as to just how much OP is possibly... Because I do fear OP might be hiding some info about their friends in terms of what their excuses have been, and that, like, maybe OP does have a bit of a strained relationship here where he sees his partner as a bit of an irritant in these situations, which would make him more of an a-hole, I feel.
That makes sense, yeah.
I
see it.
Because, like, you know, if you find your partner irritating in these situations where they have a bit of like a sort of the passive aggression sort of, the adult tantrum, basically. And yeah, naturally you're going to discourage them from wanting to come along on things that you were going to have to deal with that adult tantrum behavior once you finish said event that you're at. And I think you should, as an adult, nip that in the bud and confront your partner the moment they behave like that, instead of doing this whole little...
Song and dance.
Yeah, song and dance of like, I want you to come, but actually, no, you don't need to. It's unnecessary. Actually, don't come. It's... Yeah. So I don't know. I think, at least with the context here, I feel like not the a-hole, because it's not OP who's being the a-hole here and doing the a-hole things. It's the friends and the partner who's suddenly causing more, do this or I'll never love you again sort of issue.
The ultimatum.
Yeah, that's me. That's why I forgot. I was like, 5 minutes and 2 cents. Sorry, gang. That was...
Let me know, guys. Let's set the comments. Those that survived and digested all of that.
Yeah, those who did just tap, skip.
Which one of you guys? How do you feel about Jack's breakdown and analysis of the situation? Who won? Who's next? You decide.
What's that from? Not epic rap battles. Is it epic rap battles of history? Yeah, epic rap battles of history. Good stuff.
Last story, I say.
Yeah, last story.
Wait, Gwen, it'll be a fun one.
Okay, this story is by Not Monday, Please. Am I the a-hole if I tell my parents that my sister never graduated college 20 years ago? Wow, that is some ammunition to have kept, like, in your wine cellar.
One in the chamber.
Yeah.
You fuck with me, I've got this ready for you, sir.
I've been letting this one sit for about 30 years.
Yeah, it's fine.
Serving that wine at dinner. Okay. Would I be the a-hole? Let me start out this post as I'm a 40-year-old that has returned to college to finish my degree. My sister, 47, lying to our parents over 20 years ago that she graduated college. The reason why I know it was a lie... Sorry, I needed to burp.
So good. You're just so disgusted with her.
Yeah. She lied.
Who is this woman?
Okay. I know what was a lie was she came to me when I was a senior in high school and told me that she had dropped out of college the year prior. She was upset, then she didn't know what to do, and I told her everything would be okay, and that I wouldn't tell mum and dad. Well, my parents pressed for a while to see her grades and to see her diploma, but she was always able to make up excuses or avoid answering questions eventually, so they just quit asking. They were so excited she had graduated and would tell everyone. Through the years, she's had other issues and lied to my parents about those, and me being the only one that knew the actual truth about them. For many years, it didn't bother me that she lied to my parents about it, especially since the last 2 years she was supposedly on scholarship. I also know that my parents were pushing her into a degree she did not want. But I guess 20 plus years of living in my sister's shadow and always being told how great her degree is and how great she is, it's just finally getting to me. My parents have made me feel like what I have accomplished in life is never good enough. Even now, returning to college, they make comments that my degree isn't going to be as valuable as hers, even though she's never worked in her degree field. I've been contemplating for a while just letting the truth come out, but I think I would actually feel worse. I guess I'm just looking to see what other people's opinions are on the situation, if I would be the a-hole if I told my parents the whole truth. Okay, up until that last bit, it genuinely sounded like...
It was doing so well.
It just sounded like he was like, you know what? I'm bored not telling my parents the truth. I'm just going to tell them the truth. I'm just going to ruin my sister's life in front of my parents.
it just was like, it was a well put together story until he's like, and you know what? They piss me off. They piss me off and I need revenge.
But like, I can kind of understand the frustration with them sort of degrading him as like, you're not doing as good as our sister, as our daughter is. Your sister is so much more successful than you are, and it's like,
But when it's framed like that, I'm just like, no, but torture us. What's wrong here? I want to know. Am I too spiteful and vengeful of a person?
I think, look, top comments here are actually saying, yeah, you're the a-hole.
Because I'm wondering, like, why? What's the reason?
So,
Much like the first story, I'm on OP's side.
if your beef is with your parents, not your sister, you are also 40 years old. You need to work through your relationship with your parents, independent of whatever they feel towards your sister. Letting them know
Where did that come from? And you're also old.
So this is the mother from before with the whole doormats up.
Yeah. She's like,
Letting them know about your sister's degree isn't going to materially change anything. They aren't suddenly going to respect you more. They're just going to respect her less, and you are not in competition with your sister. That's honestly very true. At 40 years old, at this time,
they're making it a competition by constantly comparing him.
look, I do
They're the
understand
ones
that.
making it a competition.
Yeah.
Maybe they have nothing to say about it. I'm like, if we can't always hold her up on a pedestal when that pedestal's fake.
Yeah, I think it's I think, yeah. How do you?
What's that? I'd rather be held by 6 than judged by 9.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If the ship's sinking, you're coming down with me, sis. I'd rather none of us be respected than just me disrespected.
Another you're the a-hole. Another you are the a-hole. There are other ways to get your parents to stop comparing the two of you without also betraying your sister's trust in you. For starters, you might tell them that every time they compare you two, you're either hanging up or leaving their presence, and then you follow through with that threat. Congratulations on finishing your college degree, by the way. I honestly think if your sister isn't going out of her way to have your back, then she honestly shouldn't be.
it.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve your
What's that? She's done to earn the pity,
Yeah,
to earn your trust, to earn your protection.
yeah.
You come to me.
On the day of my college graduation.
With no backbone. You're a doormat.
So, another comment. For sure, tell your parents that their golden child never graduated from college, even though she had a scholarship, and she lied to them for all these years, and they are touting her degree like a badge of honor and treating you like a second-class citizen. Tell them. Burst your sister's bubble. It's about time. Just straight up. Do it.
Do it.
Ruin her life.
I dare you. I'll do it. What's the problem?
Yeah, look, a lot, the few, not the a-holes, are just saying that, like, yeah, it's time, your parents are a-holes, shut them up. Kind of not caring if the sister's gonna feel horrible having to deal with this, sudden shame they're gonna blast her with. I think because the sister here isn't the one going out of her way to join in on the belittling, I kind of feel like that, yeah, they would be the a-hole. Because this isn't.
What?
Because it's not the sister that is bullying OP. It's the parents and the like. I agree that it's not going to make them love him more. It's just going to make them disrespect the sister.
It's just going to make more enemies.
Yeah, it's just going to create more enemies. Again, this is just like the situation in the previous story where the girlfriend there was just creating more problems. You're just creating more problems. You're not creating more solutions. Yeah, you're not solving the issue. You're just causing further drama so that you can feel like you've got a one-up, and all you're going to do is you're going to have that one-up moment, and then you're going to deal with the fallout of that one-up moment, whereas the sister now hating you, and the parents still hating you because they still think you're a loser with your college degree.
What's the alternative here? What's the alternative?
Honestly, I think the alternative is talking to your sister about this, of saying, hey, I'm getting really sick and tired of the way mum and dad speak to me. I need you to honestly go out of your way to have my back more in this. Because
But the sticking point is that she has the better college degree all the time.
Yeah.
And they never stop comparing you.
What
to get her to tell them to shut up about it.
Yeah, that's good. But I think either you tell your sister to come clean to them, otherwise you shouldn't be held accountable if at some point you bring up the fact that she's been lying. purely to shut them up.
I don't know what the alternative is, because
Yeah.
if that's what they constantly bully you about and belittle you all the time, how do you, without outing the sister, get them to come off that point and see you for what you are and value your contributions to society?
I think you at least owe your sister the heads up that either you come clean or I'm going to eventually, and you have to understand why I'm going to, because I'm sick of being treated this way in my own family. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's fair on you just to bring it out of the open without informing your sister about it. Like, she does deserve to have the heads up. She deserves to be prepared.
For what comes.
Yeah, like,
And Murphy did her the honor of keeping it buried for 20 years.
That's
She
true.
got her the honor of now coming clean about it.
she's had 20 years to come clean about it herself, you know? She's kind of thrown the responsibility onto you in a way, which I think also makes her the a-hole. So I think it would actually be everyone sucks here sort of thing. Or actually, no, better yet, no a-holes here.
Actually, no a-holes here if he does it in that constructive way.
Yeah,
If he does it the way he's playing to, you're the asshole.
yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
Psychology lesson.
yeah.
So, guys, do you agree with us?
Yeah, do you?
What did we get right?
Yeah, what do we get wrong?
How many things did we get right today?
Yeah, just remember, if you write more wrong things than right things, we will ban you.
Bends.
If there's one thing we don't like on the internet, it's people being against our own opinions. How dare you make us grow mentally as people by offering us others' insights or counter arguments to what we think. I don't want to have to put effort into things.
I rebuke that energy.
I just want you to agree with me.
I rebuke.
Oh, damn.
God, can't I have an echo chamber for
Yeah.
small guys?
You know how fun caves are? Or large cathedrals when you can hear yourself back as you shout into them? I want to be able to approach you and hum the song of the Halo theme song, and I want to be able to have a beautiful reverberation when I sing it in front of you, okay?
Close enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed all the dancing today.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next Eddie.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.